What's up, everybody? Welcome to Skate Date.
Hello.
Hopefully you can actually see us. I'm really hoping that this actually worked and we're on the YouTube and not just audio.
Yeah, I actually got dressed up last time, and this time I'm like, I'll throw a wig and a shirt on. Anyways, hello. Welcome to Skate Date.
Hi, I'm Rebel.
I'm Shove.
And together we are...
Shovel.
Can you dig it?
Skate Date is a podcast brought to you by two roller skaters that fell in love.
Ew.
And we like to talk about the real world and the wheel world.
Yeah, all the things. So, today it is our second episode back and our first visual episode back. And we are so excited. Today we are going to talk about... What are we going to talk about, babe?
I don't know.
I think we're going to talk about...
We're going to talk about working out.
And we're also going to talk about how roller skating is kind of plateauing. And we're going to talk about some obsessions that we currently have. Are you ready to jump right into it?
Yes.
Okay, so for people who are watching on the YouTube, I feel like you just need like a quick little update. If you want to listen to like a full-on update, it's on the audio podcast, anywhere you can stream podcasts. But we are back. Yay. Congratulations to us for getting our act together and being back. And we are now every 2 weeks podcast instead of every week, because every week was not sustainable with our lifestyle.
Yeah, we're bi.
She's bi, I'm a lesbian. All right. Shove hates this music so much. Da-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na. Maybe listening to it will cause you to research some new music.
I don't hate it. I'm the one that chose it in the first place. I was just like, I want a refreshener. Also, I am currently icing my knee.
Yeah, why are you icing your knee? What's going on?
My knee's just, a little stressed. In another episode I'll go in more detail about it, but just, one of those things about getting older and having some previous injuries. But that's going to go perfectly into why I started working out.
Older, wiser, and full of arthritis.
Rebel and I have both started being more active. Mostly me.
I like that you're saying that we've both become more active.
Because I feel like if I said it was me, you'd be like, well, I've gone to 4 classes.
I've gone to more than 4 classes.
Okay, 5 classes. Okay, so I started working out. I just started week 6. And I am not like, oh my god, running and doing cardio and trying to lose weight, so don't freak out, people. I am strength training, so I've been going hard in the weights department. Like, I'm lifting weights now. I started in the machines to like ease into it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go where all those beefcakes are, because I want to be a beefcake and like own space, which has been very powerful for me. How have you been working out, babe?
So I started going to twerk classes and classes. Well, okay, that's minimizing what I've been doing. So I decided to sign up for a thing where I could go to a bunch of different classes and find a studio that I connected with. And I'm so excited. I did find a studio that I absolutely am in love with. And basically, I'm taking classes, so like dance classes and stuff like that. I'm taking like striptease classes and dance classes. I took a burlesque class. I took a Muay Thai class, which I hated. I've taken a couple flexibility classes. So I'm just like taking classes, which is great for my ADHD. And I just like low-key, high-key do not like working out like at all. I think working out is the worst. So I have to trick my body into working out, which is why roller skating works for me. But I wanted a little bit of variation in what I did to move my body. And so, yeah, so I really am trying to get into burlesque performing. And so I'm taking classes to like learn skills, but also to get in shape and be able to like move my body and be flexible and all that kind of stuff.
And both ways are so valid of just being in movement, just like skating is. And sometimes skating isn't enough, especially if like depending on what the weather is like, where you live, your schedule and everything. For me, part of the reason I'm weight training is to become a stronger skater again. The strongest I ever was when I was in Derby and doing CrossFit, but like CrossFit, like my heart was never into it. The only part I liked about it was the weights even then. And I just want to throw a trigger warning because in case it comes up, like there could be talk of body dysmorphia and ED. So there's the little trigger warning. But for me, what's really cool is like this is the first time like I've gone to a gym to gain weight in a way, like, or like it's weird, like I'm doing body recomp, which is recomposition, which I want to like mold a lot of my fat into muscle. So it's not really necessarily about losing inches, like it's just like changing the shape and what the matter that's within me, because I want to be super strong. I want to like fall and pop back up again. And especially because I did find out I have arthritis and an old injury in my knee that has made it worse. So my bone is like rubbing on bone here and it's really painful. And so building muscle around that can really help with arthritis. So that is like on my main goals, because I want to skate for not just a good time, but for a long time. And I just want to like, I don't know, like there's something like really powerful about like picking up something heavy and like pushing yourself to like do as many reps as possible. Like I just really love it, and it kind of gives me like the same feeling itself when I was at Derby, so I like it.
I also told her that she has to carry me over the threshold when we get married.
She did say that.
So she has to be able to lift 200 and something pounds.
Yes.
In a year and a half.
Easy. I got it.
Excellent.
I could deadlift you across the threshold easily right now.
Yeah, but that's weird and not romantic. So we need something that's more romantic.
Piggyback ride?
I just think it would be better if you held me like this.
I don't know. Piggyback ride would be kind of cute.
It would be
jump
cute.
on the back, and then I like run into the room.
That would be cute, but I think it would be even cuter if you held me like this.
Like a dainty little princess.
Yeah, like I'm a princess.
Talk about heteronormative dreams.
But like not at all at the same time. Yeah, I definitely, I feel like there has been so much time that I have just not moved my body. Like I was in a work from home job. Actually, I'm still in I'm just in work from home life. And I just found myself constantly being at my computer, and like I'm not standing as much. I'm not walking around as much. And so I've just felt very stagnant and felt very like my muscles aren't even moving. Like my flexibility is getting worse and like my movement is getting worse. And I just feel like I'm like becoming a statue, and I don't want to be that anymore. So that's why I was like, I'm going to do this. This is something I want to do. I tried like doing some classes, but some of them I really did not like, because it was like a ballet class, but really they had you do a bunch of sit-ups, and I was like, I want to learn ballet. I don't understand why we're doing sit-ups.
We're so different. I'm like, I've been going even more hard in the paint since I started with my coworkers, and like Moxie's been giving us kind of like this bonus of like an add-on of like, oh, like this awesome, amazing gym membership, and it's like, it's something that like I never in my mind could see myself going. Like I saw this gym when I would like skate the beach path and be like, look at this bougie ass gym like on the beach with their like high tech machines, and there's a coffee shop. Like what in the rich hell?
Yeah.
And actually I found out it was like cheaper than some LA Fitnesses and stuff, because there's like, I was like, wow, it's actually pretty affordable. Don't understand how they were able to swing that, but like to the point where it's like still something I necessarily would not want to pay because I'd have to like change my lifestyle to fit that in. But yeah, like Moxie went ahead and like got the employees gym memberships, and like we've been going nonstop since we got them. Like it started with like yoga classes, because there's so many classes there too, which is pretty cool. I've only tried the yoga ones, but I think next month I'm gonna look into other things. And then my best friend and Derby wife Haley signed up, and now me and her have been going like 5 times a week, and we have a whole plan, and we walk in and we're just like, yeah, we got it. And sometimes there is like 30 push or like sit-ups and all these things. I know Rebel would be like, I hate this. And for me, I'm just like, go, go, go. And then like, we're so like hyper focused on meeting the goal that like when we're done, we're like, oh wow, it's been an hour. It's been an hour, 15 minutes. It doesn't even feel like it. And I feel like for you, you'd be like, is the clock going backwards? Can we stop?
Yeah, it does not motivate me at all whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Like, I cannot seem to talk myself into being interested in it.
I did a post at the beginning of the year where I was like talking about what it's like to be a fat person and like talking about working out and things like that, and like the judgment and go into it is so deep, because there can be that fear of being fat and going in the gym, which is like ridiculous because people bully you about how you need to work out, and then you go to work out and then you get stared at like, what are you doing here? And it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mm-hmm. And I didn't say the name of the person in the post, but the person that asked me the question, it was Estro. Michelle said, like, randomly, we were talking about like health and fitness and like whatever, and like we can be very blunt and like candid with each other. So she said, like, are you afraid of losing weight? And I knew why she was asking. It wasn't because like anything like weird, bad connotation. It's because she sees that like being fat is like my life. It is like my branding at this point. Like, I am Fat Girl as Moxie. So, of course, it like, is there a fear of like becoming skinny and then like not having all these things I have and not knowing who I am? And for me, it was like, not really, because one, I've always been overweight no matter what. It's just like different sizes of fat. But it was just like, also like, I'm more than that fat, and I know that as well. And like, I'm not like, if I was to work out, in which now it was before I was and now I am, I'm like, it's not to lose weight, which is great. Like, it's crazy to know like my relationship with my body right now is pretty great. Like, I was really worried about getting triggered with like weighing myself every day, or like wanting to start crash dieting and wanting to count calories. Like, my friend Healy mentioned that, like, oh, maybe we should start counting how many calories. And I was like, no, like, that is a slippery slope that will be triggering for me. Like, I'm just gonna keep my same like eating habits for now. I do want to look into diet, but one step at a time, because if I throw myself all in there, I already know like it'll go too far.
Yeah, for sure. I think that that's a really interesting discussion about like, oh, Fat Girl Has Moxie and your relationship with your body and with your fat. Mm-hmm. I think that some people narrow you down to just being a fat person. Yeah. And I think that that's another thing that you like reclaiming your social media and like reclaiming ownership over your own image is about too. Like, you know that you're so much more than just a fat girl. Yeah. And so many people don't know that about you.
Just or like they a don't, skater.
Yeah, they don't know more. They might know that you are more than that, but they don't know what else exists. Yeah. And there's so much to you.
It's like, you're queer and you're a skater, and you're fat and a skater, and that's in the story. That's nothing else to say.
Yeah, like the adventures of Queer Girl and Fat Girl are like so much more beyond just being queer and being fat. Because technically we're both queer and fat.
That's true. But with the way, I don't know, like, it's crazy because like I feel like sometimes for me anyways, it's always been like, I put on my roller skates and I go to it takes me a while. Like, it's my nerves, but also my body needs to like warm up a little bit, and it takes me a while. But like the last 2 times I put on skates, it was just like lace up, stand up, and go. And I just felt already warmed up because like the muscles are coming back, and I can't wait to see how much like my roller skating does improve as the stronger I get. And one of the main things I am training for and want to get the strength for is participating in the LA Marathon, which I haven't done in years. I've done it twice before. It's 25 miles at 3 a.m. in the morning. It took me, I think, 5 hours the first time and 4.5 hours the second time. And it's really hard. It's a lot of uphill. It's a lot of sketch streets. It's all of LA. It's from Chinatown all the way to Santa Monica Pier. And especially with like my busted knee, it's going to be a challenge. So like, I'm really trying to get my body in that, like, it's something I want to do for me because it's 2020 me. And it's like one of my goals is to be like, I fucking skated that marathon. Like, I'm 36 and I can still do it.
Yeah, I can't believe that I am missing it again. Like, that I have yet to actually do it. It's because it falls so close to my birthday. So there's always too many things going on for me. And then the one year that I tried to go, it was like raining. And I was like, dang. So I don't know. I feel like working out, like, do you have a favorite part, like a favorite day, like a leg day or like arm day?
Oh, okay. So leg day is total hell. And like the thing I'm doing right now, I'm like, oh, fuck leg day. But the leg press that I do on leg day, that one, because right now I can do 310 pounds. And I can like push, and I'm like talking about like I have to like make that sound, and there's just something so like animalistic and just like strong and like feel like the willpower, and my breathing has to be right, my positioning, like, and it just like everything else goes away. I think it's very like kind of like roller skating, like it's not I'm in my body, and it's the only thing I'm thinking. It's just like me being in my body and trying to push through. And I think that's why I like it so much, is like it's that same kind of feeling. Like I'm putting my body to the max, I'm doing something, and there's nothing else exists in the world in that moment. So I really like that one. Working on leg press with leg day, but not actual leg day. And arm and chest day can be fun too, because I feel like I have like the dumbbell and the barbell, and I just feel like really cool. Like I look like one of the beefy guys in the gym when I'm working out with those. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm like going and I'm doing my reps, and I look at the guy next to me that's like super buff, and like he's doing less weights than me, and it gives me like this little like ha ha ha, like like screw gender roles. Like I can be strong too. Like just because I'm fat doesn't mean I'm not strong. And I think that surprises a lot of people. Just like when I won the arm wrestling against like Michelle and even a guy like at the Quad Cup, it was just like, I know when people look at me, they're like, just think like, oh, it's just like, yeah, she's big, but whatever. But it's like, no. Like I'm naturally strong.
Let me tell you a story about Shove. So Shove, I mean, we started roller derby together. And when Shove was in roller derby, she'll tell you this story too. They were like so excited when Shove walked in the door, right? Like they saw Shove and they were like, be our blocker right now. And she was like, I don't know how to skate yet. And they were like, no, it doesn't matter. And so like in fresh meet, they would pull her out and have her block against people who were way advanced, and just have the advanced people try and hit her off the course. And no one could. Like they would have us fresh meet go against her, and we just bounce off. Like we were just like, ah. And then, like, someone who was better would do it and then bounce off. And they were like, all right,
Hair Force could take
go
me.
Harder. There was one time that I took her out because I was so, like, I'm going to take this girl out. Because she just was like, I'm a what? A brick house. And I was like, dang. Okay.
And I am.
You are. She is, like, legitimately the strongest person I've ever met. And the only time I ever took her out was because I was low-key cheating and just was like going again and again and again in ways that was just going to trip her. I was like, I'm going to trip her and then push really hard. And that's the only way. But like I had to trip her first.
Yeah, you fight dirty.
Yeah, it's the only way. I'm never going to win. I'm never going to win if I don't fight dirty. So I have to. Anyways, babe, did you know that me and Jessie are going to the gym tomorrow?
That's your hangout? And they're going to like go to get coffee or something?
No, we're going to the gym in the morning.
You're going to Planet Fitness?
Yep. The broke people gym. It's our gym. AKA Jessie has a membership and can bring me in. We're going to the gym, and then we're going to go get breakfast burritos and then go to the beach or something.
I love
and
breakfast
just like
burritos.
Chat.
I haven't had a breakfast burrito in a minute. Those are my faves.
I really want to get on like for me, the best way to approach working out is to do something fun. And so I think I'm going to try and convince Jessie to do like the gym like once or twice a week, but then to do a distance skate a couple times a week.
Well, I remember you said you wanted to start a weekly skate, so I feel like you should just do that.
Yeah, I really want to
like
start a weekly
Sunday
skate
morning
of some kind.
A Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, just like beach skate.
Yeah.
Like a coffee and skate.
Yeah, I haven't done that in so long. Yeah, today I was teaching a skate lesson and I was drinking coffee while I was like skating around and teaching the skate lesson. And I was like, I forgot that I could drink coffee and skate at the same time.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
If you're listening and you're like, ugh, working out. It's like, there's so many different kind of things that count as exercise and being movement, whether it's just stretching every morning, stretching before you skate, taking dance classes, fight classes, if you're just weightlifting, if you just want to go on runs, you want to skate miles, there's so many other ways.
Dance skating.
I'm just like thinking like as we're coming out of the pandemic and life is like practically normal, like I feel like life now, it's just like the pandemic, like COVID's there, right?
Yeah, besides like our whole lives being upended and changed, but you know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like now it's like, this is life.
Yeah.
Not like things went back to normal, but like now that this is life and now we know like it's pretty predictable again and like we understand the ways of the world that it is now, that I felt like we all kind of lost touch with being in movement a lot. A lot of us were stuck indoors for so long. The world opened. We still went out, but it wasn't the same amount of going out. And a lot of us still haven't gotten, like, I just feel like being in movement will help you have a better quality of life.
Totally.
And it has nothing to do with losing weight.
Yeah.
I think that's when it can become toxic. But being in movement can just, it's helping so many ways. Like, it does have mental benefits as much as physical ones too. And I don't know, there's this thing called HAES. It's health at every size. So it's just all about intuitive eating, which I need to learn because I am still horrible at eating what I need.
Terrible at eating.
But like, I just want to like be in movement more often, and I want you to too, because you're all skaters and we want to skate for a long time. And let me tell you, like, if you're someone young listening, it does get harder the older you get, and our body does start trying to like fail us in certain ways, and it gets harder to get out of bed, and your back pain and your knees, and then arthritis can happen and all these things. And so like being in movement can kind of help like ease you away from being as in a much pain.
Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you, that is so real. Also, I knew that I had a problem because when I went to my twerk class, and I was in this twerk class, and I was like, I think I'm gonna die today. This is so hard.
You almost twerked your ass off.
I almost twerked my heart into a heart attack because I was trying so hard, and I was like, I am winded. Like, I cannot keep doing this.
Yeah, so stay tuned. A year from now, maybe I'll be able to lift Rebel above my head.
Maybe I'll be able to do a split while she's lifting me. That's the goal. That's where we want to be. I will do a backflip at the skate park. Just kidding.
Oh my God. That will not happen.
I want to be able to, a year from now, oh my gosh, a year from now, what do you want to be able to do? Like what do you have like a goal of lifting, like an amount that you want to lift or something?
Secretly, I'm like, damn, maybe like if things go serious, like entering a weightlifting competition.
Whoa,
like
really?
Where you deadlift something really heavy. But I like, that's just like a weird daydream I have. Realistically, I want to be able to deadlift my own weight.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I want to deadlift my own weight. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And like price my own weight. Like, I feel like I can get there. I can get there, and it's a realistic goal. I just gotta keep doing it.
Yeah. I think my goal is less like endurance or like number based and more like I really want to be able to perform like full out, like for several minutes with absolutely no problem. And be able to like do it several times.
Endurance has always been hard for you, even when you were at your prime derby.
Yes. Endurance has always been a struggle for me.
Yeah, you were like, I'm gonna jam.
Because it's like a thrill. Like, in order for me to keep going, it has to be a thrill. Which is why endurance, I think, has always been hard. Because I've never been, like, after a few minutes, I'm like, I'm bored. Like, no matter what I'm doing. I'm just like, I'm bored. I need to do something else. And that's why I've never, like, been able to push past that. So I'm going to try and really get past that. Like, try and find ways to switch up my activity level so that I can build that endurance somehow.
Endurance has always been one of those things where it's like, once we're out skating, like, once I know I'm, like, on a street and it's, like, the surface is pretty good, I'm just like, bing! Like, I'm just gone. And, like, I never really realized, like, I think with Rebel, because she'll skate fast, but, like, we were filming stuff for Moxie on Friday, and the same thing happens. We're, like, skating, and I'm like, where are they? They're, like, way back there. Like, I don't understand how people can just, like, skate slow. I'm like, no, I'm skating to, like, go, and I don't even, like, Keely will always be like, are we going to skate at a normal pace? I'm like, this is a normal pace.
Shove out here pretending to be Molly, misdemeanor Molly.
Because in my head, I'm not going fast, but I feel like I want to feel like I'm flying when
That
I'm skating.
is one woman who I've never been able to keep up with. She is freaking wild.
Miss Molly Misdemeanor.
Miss Molly Misdemeanor was our roller derby coach, and I swear to God, this woman skates as fast as a freaking car.
Yeah.
And she'll just go for like 10 miles.
Without a bead of sweat.
And you're like, oh my God. And she's like, keep up. Then she just looks at you like you're dumb for not being able to keep up. Anyways, yeah, so we're working out. We'll see how
we're working it.
I don't know that you could technically qualify what I'm doing as like legit, like hardcore working out, but it is moving my body. So
It's
that's valid. And you should be proud of yourself wherever you're at. And so I'm going to take that advice for myself right now.
All right, you ready to move on over to the
wheel world? Yeah,
Let's
totally.
The wheel world.
Where we are really excited to talk about roller skating.
I hate you.
Yeah, I know. So today in the wheel world, we are going to talk about
how it's plateaued, but when we say plateaued,
what do we mean?
I think we need to say it in a couple ways. When it comes to the amount of new roller skaters coming in and skate cells, it's plateaued.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to small skate businesses that like make accessories and films, like production companies and making wheels, it's grown.
Yes. So I think that, you know, like we all have experienced the last few years, and
we have.
I mean, we have.
Maybe someone was just born.
Okay, well, whatever. So, like, roller skating has been freaking wild. You know, like, it was whatever it was before the pandemic, and then the pandemic. Yeah, and then the pandemic was like... The pandemic Lovato was something else, right? Like an explosion of roller skating, and it was just up and up and up, and we're like, this is gonna burst at some point. Like, this is not sustainable. Like, nobody can get skates. I saw someone selling roller skate lollies for $1,000 on Facebook Marketplace. Like, shut up. Like, you're stupid. 4 months, I want to say 4 months ago, 4 to 5 months ago, there was like this news, I don't know, like a news little thing, and it was talking about, it was like the top 3 pandemic purchases, regretted pandemic purchases. And roller skates was number 3 on it. What was number 1?
I don't even remember. I think it was like bikes and
it was like
outdoor equipment. And like with roller skating, you have to think about, there's no way that all those people,
so many people
that bought roller skates because they saw something on the internet and was like, that looks fun, stuck with it, because we all know how hard it is to learn. Period.
It is so hard to learn roller skating.
Now imagine trying to learn roller skating when your only teacher is YouTube videos.
So difficult.
And you don't know anyone that skates, and you might only have someone that's also trying to learn with you, and how hard that is, and how many people got hurt, and we're like, fuck this, I wasted my money. So it makes sense for me, because there's no way you're telling me that all those people are still skating today.
Yeah, and a lot of people were skating because it was like a TikTok trend.
Like, how many people, like, maybe named Rebel bought a guitar, and then I really thought she was going to be invested in it, and they spent a lot of money, and I even bought them a wah-wah pedal, and then they just stopped, and it just sits there now.
I blame that on my post-injury depression.
Yeah, but a lot of people started, I'm going to learn an instrument.
Yeah.
And I'm sure all our instruments are just sitting somewhere in people's houses.
I have a really cute pink electric guitar that I will someday learn.
Yeah. Not everyone was born to be a roller skater.
No.
Roller skating is hard. Roller skating hurts.
Is really hard, and it does hurt.
If you're not someone that can take a beating and be like, let's do it again, which says a lot about us as skaters.
We're all just a little bit messed up in our hearts.
I'm not saying we're better than you.
We're just
I'm not
broken
saying you're better than
bit.
us. It's just not everyone. Roller skating was.
We're misfits.
Yeah, just wasn't cut out for everyone.
Yeah, you need a certain level of resilience in your body.
Yeah.
And that is kind of aggressive.
And then the people that did buy the skates and stuck with it, a lot of y'all bought quality skates out there from reputable brands. So, of course, you don't need more skates. So you take the fact that, like, people aren't really, like, drawn. Like, we kind of got all the people that were interested all jumped on the bandwagon at the same time.
A bunch of people bought skates. We were really excited about it.
Yeah. And so those people stayed and some of the people left. And then, so now you don't have new people coming in, but you have the same people, so they don't need to buy things. So then, like, you have businesses that had to hire all these people and, like, grew. Some people even opened second locations up.
Yeah, it was such growth.
Yeah, and was like, oh, this is great. And then it was like, oh, sales are dropping. Oh, I have too many employees. Oh, no, now layoffs. Oh, now store closures. Like, all this stuff.
A lot of that.
Really sad to see because, like, so many skaters got these amazing opportunities to work in the skate industry, but now it's like, oh no, it's like you were saying something. We actually were interviewed on the Skaterade podcast last night, and Rebel was talking about comparing it to the house market.
Oh yeah, I just think that roller skating, the way it bubbled up and burst, or not, it's not burst, but like, so the housing market in the 2008, all of that, it like blew up really, really big, and then it burst and it crashed, right? And so we've been trying to figure out how to buy a house because we really want to do that eventually at some point. And all the things that I've been reading have said that the housing market essentially got really, really big, but then instead of bursting because of, different things, it's more of a correction that's happening in the housing market. And I think that the same concept can really apply to roller skating, right? So roller skating was at this certain level, and then it exponentially increased. It expanded so much, so high, all the way up here. And then it's not that the roller skate industry is crashing and is going to end up worse than where we started. It's just correcting.
Yeah.
And it's going to go down a little bit from where it's been the last 2 years, but that can be expected and is to be expected. Like, we didn't think that all of this growth was just going to sustain. Mm-hmm. Like, it has to, like, settle back down to a reasonable, sustainable, like, pace. And that pace that we're at now, which is where we're kind of like what we're calling as plateauing, which I think has like a negative connotation, but I don't think that there's a negative connotation here. Like, the locale that we're at is actually still significantly higher than we were pre-pandemic. Mm-hmm. It just, in comparison to the last few years, the last 2 years, it feels so low. Like, it feels scary. Like, it feels like, oh my gosh, what's happening to the skate community? But in reality, the skate community is stronger than it ever was 2019 or before. Yeah. The outdoor skate community, the larger skate community. Like, the skate community has, again, always been there, but it exploded, and now it, like, simmered back down a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my personal opinion on it.
Exactly. Like, the community is bigger and better than ever, and it's thriving. There's lots of, like, small businesses and small makers that are doing great. I think it's, like, this huge comparison, though, of, like, we have, like, skate shops that need the money to survive, and then have, like, skaters they've hired that want to stay employed there. And then we have, like crews and stuff that decided to, like, put their money into industry. Like, you have Skate Last Supper, who has a wheel out now. Mm-hmm. And you have, like, Phantom that's starting to make, like, wax and clothing, and they're working on a street film. So you have, like, people that are investing and doing little things here and there, and that's good. And that's, like, a good way to have skaters have jobs too. But the market itself of, like, I think when it comes to selling the straight up boot is, like, that's definitely it's gonna be harder, like how before where everyone wanted to work in a skate shop, but it was really hard because people weren't hiring.
Yeah, there's like a limited number of jobs
so I
in
think
skate shops.
we're going back to that, to where, like, just like you said, like, we're going back to the norm pretty much. So, like, if I look at something like Moxie, for example, 3 people used to work there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. It was just 3 people. And then, like, got up to, like, 20-something people. And then now it's down to, like, 7 people.
Yeah.
And so it's, like, still better than it was before, just like you said. But then it's just, like, it can seem scary while it's happening. And I feel like people don't understand because they look at, like, brands or skate shops and they're like, but everyone skates. You're rich. Like, you can afford all these people. Like, why is this happening at all these places? And it's like, no, like, that's not the real business. Like, money doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
Like,
and a lot of people look at things year over year. Like, they're not looking 5 years. They're not pulling back that much. Because if you look at year over year for the last 3 years, you're going to see some drastic differences.
Yeah. So it's just, like, really interesting. It's just, like, to see the changes. But I just feel like also there were, like, so many skate brands that popped out of nowhere in 2021 and 2020 even. Like, so fast.
Like, we're just, like, people who bought skates on AliExpress.
It was, like, the same skate, but then, like, a different name.
With a different name. Yeah,
I'm like,
ridiculous.
Now you hear nothing about them. They just, like, disappeared. But
because it's, like...
But then it's kind of sad because, like, a lot of those companies, like, made, like, thousands and thousands of skates thinking this is going to go forever. And then, like, nothing. They're just, like, sitting somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, wah. Like... But I feel like the skate community has not plateaued. There's, like, more parts being put out, which I know we've talked about on the podcast, like, make more parts, and it's happening.
It's really cool.
There was a roller skater of the year. Phantom did
took
a vote, so that was cool. Megan Schaefer. I was like, Schaefer? That's not right. Megan Schaefer. Megan Schaefer won. I voted for her.
I voted for her too.
It was really hard. I had to, like, rewatch a lot of the films and be like,
she's just
really
such a technical skater. It's, like, so impressive for skating. It's just wow.
Megan is so tech, and that's what made me vote for her, because I had to go. I was like, okay, there's some amazing skaters and they're all doing great tricks, but I had to see it as a whole. Like, the music, I think, like, when it comes to parts, the music's really important. So, like, how's the music? How's the filming?
I think creativity is important.
The creativity. Did they actually lock all the tricks? Like, don't put a trick in a part if that you didn't lock. And, like, when I say lock, like, you latched on and you actually grinded over, like, 2 inches. Like, and, like, and it's not the same trick over and over again. And, like, did you land it? Was it how technical were you? Like, all that goes into
I think, though, that is when you're considering, like, for best roller skater.
Yeah, just
I think if you're making a part and you're, like, you're barely catching things, like, and you're, like, landing it only a little bit, but you're still wanting to make a part, that's okay.
Yeah, I didn't mean, like, anyone.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify just for this so that people didn't think that you were saying that. I know you weren't saying that.
I want to put a part out and I can't do shit.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I want to put a part out, but I
want Bowie to put a part out and he can't even skate.
I mean, people aren't mad at that.
But what I'm talking about is, like, it's almost like
skater of the year.
Like, skater of the year, and I also feel like quad cup. Like, whenever there's a Blading Cup, quad cup, if you're like, I'm going to put a part out and I want it to be showcased at Spring Cup or Fall Cup.
You're representing all of us.
You're representing all of us. Like, when you see the blading films, like, I'm talking about films. Like, like, you can tell they put blood, sweat, and tears in it. And it is, like, things they've worked on forever. And, like, the editing is on point. There's a story being told. Like, it's amazing. Like, you want to scream. Like, we don't even, like, know anything about blading. And we're like, so psyched. And I can remember specific things from every part I saw that came out from every blader. So, like, if you're roller skating and you're gonna submit something, it better be top tier. I want to know that you're like, okay, I'm like so trained and, like, I got it, like, locked down. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. I feel like you put out all these parts over the time, put them on YouTube, put them on, what's that other?
Vimeo.
Vimeo. I love that. On Vimeo. You, on Instagram, whatever it may be, put out 1,000 parts that you want to, because every one is going to be better than the previous one. And then when you finally are like, this is it, this is my time, like, I got it, like, I've put in the work, I think that's when you, like, bring it to Quad Cup, Blading Cup. That's when you get submitted for Roller Skater of the Year, because, like, I want people to see something and be, like, inspired and be like, that's what I want to, like, grow to. Like, I do find, like, inspiration from seeing people at the same level as me, or it's, like, slightly better. It just gets me just as excited, but I feel like there's a time and place for, like, everything.
Yeah.
And I know some people won't agree with that. And I know, like, who's to say, like, what's good and what isn't good, but I think it's, like, how you see, like, tricks. Like, do you see as skating as just fun and, like, for shiggles and it's just, like, we're having a good time? Because, like, I see that aspect too. Or are you someone that sees it as a
technical sport?
I'm looking, the word I was looking for is, oh my god, it's like when you go to college and it's like your one, your discipline.
Oh, your discipline?
Like, do you look at skating as a discipline where you, like, you eat, breathe, and sleep it? You're, like, literally, like, trying to nail the same trick. You want it to be technical. If it's not technical, you're not proud of yourself. You're, like, hard. You know, like, we know, we're friends with some skaters that, like,
we're good friends with some skaters.
Land the trick, they're, like, pissed at themselves and they're like, do better, like, and then there's other people that just do it and they're like, laugh and have fun and they're like, they'll try it again, but you know, so,
we're like, do something that's like semblance of it. We're like, yes, nailed it.
Both types of skating and views of skating are both valid. And like Kayla, Little Space Cowgirl, is very, like,
so technical,
so
by the book,
so hard on herself. She's, like, great at judging because she has the eye for it, and she's like, that doesn't count. Some people might think she's mean because she's like, no, you didn't do it though, but you can do it. I can see it. Try it again. You can do it. So she is supportive, but she's more like a hard ass about it. And that's because she sees it as a discipline. And she's an amazing skater. Then you have other people that are kind of like in the middle, do both, but they have fun with it. And I think, like, everything's valid. Everything in skating is your own journey. And, like, you might feel differently than I do. And that's totally fine, because that's what's beautiful about skating, I feel like.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That is what's beautiful about skating.
But, I don't know.
I don't know, but I think that that's just an indication, again, like, these conversations and these competitions and these, you know, things are demonstrations of the roller skate community growing in strength and growing in its evolving nature, I would say. Like, I think that the roller skating community is becoming more vast and becoming more nuanced, I think, in all of the different pathways or opportunities or things to do within skating.
Yeah, like, Chuffed is now in America, and I think they're going through S1, and
I need to get my hands on some of those.
They've improved their skates. Like, I know, like, you had, like, the first gen, and it was, like, kind of similar to, like, Moonlight, the feeling, and then they've upped their game. I felt one recently in Pigeon Skate Shop, and I was like, oh, that's nice. Like, it's different. And then they just put out their first pro boot, and it's with Optimus Slime. Optimus Slime. Her name's Jade, and she came out with a brown boot. Not my favorite color, I'm gonna be honest. I saw that color and I went, not for me. But then I saw the inside lining and I was like, alright, it's kind of cute, but I could never do a brown boot. But they did, like, the have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Babe, get in touch.
I'm seriously not on the internet. I know that sounds kind of crazy.
Jade, we met her at,
I'm gonna look it up.
We met her at RollerCon. She's amazing. She's a really good skater. So Chuffed and her have a pro boot out now, and what it looks like from the squeeze test, see, the lining, like, goes with it, because at first I was like, oh god, not a brown boot, but, like, it kind of,
is it Optimus Lime or is it Optimus Slime?
Isn't it?
Well, Optimus,
I think it's just like instead of putting two S's, I don't know. Anyway, it's Jade. Her name is Jade, and they're the cutest, and they're so talented, and I think it's awesome. When I saw the squeeze test and, like, they're folding it around, it looked like it could be comparable to a Jack one, but I have not held this skate. I have not seen it in person. You can just buy the boot by itself, and then you build it as you go. So that's pretty cool. And I really like the idea of, like, skaters having pro boots. I think that's so cool. I think some companies can be afraid to do pro boots because attaching someone's name to a product can be very scary. As we know with like what happened last year with Travis Reynolds and like the call outs on the abuse and things like that. Like if someone like that had their own boot and then that happened, no one's going to want to buy that boot because it's attached to them. They don't want to put money in someone's pocket like that. And there's other people, like any kind of instances, like there's been call outs on people, like if someone does something racist and now you're like, oh great, I made a boot with this racist person and it gets canceled. That's what happened with Moonlight and, you know, indie. So it's just like I get why companies are afraid, and for Chuff to be like, just like how oh my god, Kaya does for Barbie. So like Kaya and Chuff are the only brands I think that have put like
names of pro skaters behind a boot. Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. And then there was a really cool article in Dog Days, the last Dog Days, about Chuffed, about Slam, the owner of Chuffed. And it's really cool because she's like the sole owner. Like she can do whatever she wants with that company.
It's really cool.
And the more that it grows, the better the boots can improve and they can do more things. And they're a very talented skater as well. I got to watch them compete in this first Spring Cup, the one that was last year. And that was the first, right before Chuffed like came to the U.S. and it was crazy because a lot of the people that competed now skate for Chuffed. It was like Slam had the eye and was like seeing who was skating, and now you saw so smart. And now like a lot of those people that competed like ended up skating for Chuffed.
Yeah, I really, really want to try Chuffed skates.
The Aussies, man.
I know, they're killing it. Yeah.
There's so many brands out there. Like, yeah, I work for Moxie, and yeah, it's in my name because, like, I started skating with Moxies, but, like, that doesn't mean one brand is ride or die. You want, like, the whole community to thrive, especially if it's a skater-owned. When it's some rando trying to make money off the skate community, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. But to know there's a roller skater, especially if it's something non-binary or queer or female-owned, like...
Big fan.
Yeah, I'm
big fan over here.
And, like, you can tell they actually stand by their product and put the work in. Like, that's a lot to say.
For roller skaters, by roller skaters is a genre that I will always support.
Exactly. So
always.
That's why, like, that's just, like, a perfect example of how, like, that has not plateaued in the skate community. It is growing still. There's still skaters doing a lot of jobs, like, in the industry. Like, you saw the AMAs. It was no dancers in their shoes. It was all roller skaters, even pink and roller skates. It's, like, the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I think it was the most skaters on stage, I think they said. Then you have like people that are still in commercials. I went in the movies the other day and saw a roller skater in a Diet Coke commercial.
Yeah, Victoria.
Yes, Victoria. And then like, so it's like, they're still like in the entertainment industry, they're still hiring skaters. You still have, all these small businesses. Like, so you see like a lot of growth still, which is pretty cool.
And so many little like skate groups and stuff like that.
Yeah. So even though the growth of skaters, like new skaters coming in has plateaued, the existing skaters are thriving.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love being a part of it.
It's pretty cool.
Skaters, and skating is my favorite. All right. Do you have anything else to talk about that?
Nah.
Should we talk about some obsessions?
Sure.
These are my obsessions. Every week I have something new to talk about. These are my obsessions.
What is your obsession?
What's my obsession?
What's your current obsession? I know I'm your obsession and Bowie's your obsession. What's your current obsession?
That's funny. My current obsession is probably, I know that discoing things like can't be another week of an obsession, but it quite literally is.
I don't know.
still
You
an obsession.
discoed a lot of things since the last time.
I discoed so many things since the last time we recorded. I discoed 2 boxes. I discoed a little planter cup holder thing. I discoed the inside of a box that was covered in fur on the outside. I discoed, what else did I disco? I don't even know.
Oh my god, so many things.
Yeah.
A spaceship.
I discoed a spaceship.
You made a whole, what's that called? Mobile?
Oh yeah, I made a disco mobile. My water bottle's discoed. You knew about that one though, I feel like.
I still want a mushroom.
I need to figure out how to make it. But I will. I will make it.
Just buy a mushroom. Like styrofoam.
Yeah, a styrofoam mushroom.
Not clay. Last time that.
Yeah, I tried to make a drippy disco ball and it's still half made in the garage because it's like weighted weird because the clay is so heavy and I haven't figured out quite how to sort it out. And I need to sand it and like I hate sanding.
My theory is that ever since Disco Oasis, you can't stop discoing things, and that's how you stay, like, attached to it.
How is that a theory? That's, like, proven truth reality.
I know. Ever since Disco Oasis.
Ever since Disco Oasis, I've had a serious problem.
It's like she got hit in the head with the disco ball there, and now she can just see disco everywhere.
Stop. Yeah. I literally put disco pieces on the front of our engagement book scrapbook.
She wakes up and fucking Donna Summers is playing, and she's like, I'm in Studio 54, and then she just starts slopping disco pieces on things.
Trust me.
She wraps some of the Christmas presents with the disco ball pieces.
It looked so good.
Yeah,
it looked
so wasteful, but
not wasteful at all. Just a beautiful moment. I made some disco ball planters. We instead of ornaments, we had disco balls hanging from our Christmas tree.
Have you cut yourself while using these sharp square glasses?
Yeah, the other day, I made a big hole in my thumb.
Yeah.
With some disco pieces.
She dies for her craft. She bleeds for her craft.
I bleed for my craft.
For her obsession.
I'm in pain. The other day I got blisters because I was hot gluing disco balls onto the outside of a mirror. I'm trying to figure out what I can sell of these things that I'm disco piece making because at some point Shove is going to cut me off. So I have to like get rid of some of the stuff in order to successfully continue discoing things.
I like disco things. So for me, I'm like, ooh, shiny, it's cute. So I'm not mad at it. I think the thing that'll happen is that we run out of room for things, and then I'll be like, all right. Like,
it's time.
We need to have a disco art show.
That would be so cool. I would totally have a disco art show.
Well, I want to do like a thing at our house. Like it's really small and we like invite a bunch of people and they like skate the ramps and like maybe like Shane brings his rugs and then you put all your stuff that you made out and then like we get a couple other people that like are creatives. Maybe get Cody out here.
What if I vended at an event and I just had disco stuff?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you could, because that stuff's hard to ship.
It's so hard to ship. That's why I'm like, how am I supposed to sell this?
Yeah, like you would just have your table, a whole disco table.
Oh my god.
And then the skate accessory stuff could be on another one. But if we did it here, you'd have as much room as you wanted.
We should definitely do that. I'm gonna disco so many things.
What if you have an art show?
I never thought I was enough of an artist to be
I think like the discoing stuff.
It's a handcraft.
Yeah, it's a handcraft. Like sculptures and shit. Like count, so why not?
Whoa. My mind is
anything's possible.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Well,
what's your current obsession?
It's really weird. Okay, my current obsession. And I can't find them. But my current obsession, and now the algorithm has known, not on TikTok yet, but Instagram is fully, like, because me and Evelyn and Healy are constantly, like, sending, like, gym stuff. Like, funny memes or, like, things that, like, now we've experienced because now we're all gym rats. Or it'll be, like, certain workouts or even just cute outfits, right? Because, like, if you look cute, you're going to want to work out because you're going to want to wear the cute clothes. That's another way to trick yourself into doing it. But anyways, my obsession is trying to find the fucking shorts and leggings that cinch in the butt crack, that lift and separate each butt cheek. So you're like, badonkadonk is like, damn. And all I do is just keep seeing these women's asses, and it's not even sexual. It's more like, I want my butt to look like that. And I told you the way you're looking at me is like, what? And then I was like, Healy, what the heck? And I could only find them that go up to a 2XL. And I'm like, Healy, just buy those ones. She's like, they're not going to fit. And I'm like, please let me live through you.
This is so funny. Why?
And every, like, 9 out of 10 videos of women working out in the gym have these damn shorts and leggings on.
Fascinating.
And I've seen plus size ones. So, like, I've been finding a lot of, like, fat weightlifters. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, this is what I need to follow. These are the people I need to follow so that it's not triggering for me. So that I know, like, I deserve to be there just as much as anyone else. And that I can be fully capable of seeing, like, bodies that look like mine, bodies that look like yours until they flex. And you're like, whoa. But, bodies that just look like your average bodies, and then all of a sudden they're doing something like, rah, with a heavy weight, and you're like, whoa. And I'm like, that's goals. So, even they have these shorts, but, like, I haven't seen anyone that's, like, my size, and I'm just like, I literally will stalk their page, I go through their affiliate links, I'm trying to find them, and I can't, like, I have not been able to find anything over a 2X, and I'm just like, I need
Fabletics doesn't have them?
No. They just have regular leggings. They, like, might give you a little something at the bottom, but I'm talking about, like, they're called, like, cinched.
They're the ones that, like, have, like
derby.
clearly you can tell that they have, like the protruding
Yeah,
butt.
like your BCRD derby bottoms, how they used to be. Because, like, they're, like, really cinched in the middle, like, in the butt crack area. And I think that's what creates that look. So it goes in your butt crack. So that way, each side of your butt cheek is just like va-va-voom.
Like a Georgia peach.
Yeah, like I want to look back at it and be like, damn, look at those yams.
I mean, like, how could you not already?
Because right now I look back and I go, damn, look at that pumpkin.
Gotcha.
Like, not plural. I need plural. I want to see like boom boom, not just boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's so funny. It's so funny.
It's like such a weird... And literally, I just feel like I'm staring at so many butts all the time because it's like every workout. And even if they're not talking about their butts, the pants make you look at their butt. And I'm like, I want to have a butt like that.
God, my butt must be so disappointing for you now. I'm so sorry.
Why do you think I liked when you always wear the shirts and you're like, it's up my crack? And I would always be like, no, I like it. Remember? And you'd be like, I'm going to throw these away because they go up my butt. And I'd be like, no, that's how they're supposed to be because I like that.
So
remember?
Weird. Yeah, I do remember
exactly.
That.
You just stopped wearing the shorts.
Well, no, they actually also don't fit me anymore.
Well, we're going to have to get some more Hoochie Daddy shorts like that.
Okay. Well, I'll just go get some.
But yeah, that's my weird obsession currently. And I'm like, so if anyone listening is like, I know where you can get over a 2X
tell us.
Of some butt crack booty shorts.
Yeah, what are they even called? How do you even Google that?
They're called like cinched something. I don't know. I finally found what they were called, and I just like, and everyone was like, "Oh, Amazon." I'm like, they only go to 2X, so no, I'm not there.
Interesting.
Rebel could get them. So if you want some booty shorts,
I mean, I guess I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to buy them for me?
No.
I'll wear them if you buy them for me.
No, because then I'll just be sad because I'll be extra sad because I want to wear them.
Or you'll just appreciate my butt.
I don't know.
For all that it is.
I'm going to have to start sewing all my leggings.
Just like cinch. Learn how to cinch sew.
One day. I swear. One day you're going to be looking at my Instagram page, scrolling, and you're going to go, whoa. And you're like, wow, she found them.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah. I'm real excited. It's so funny.
Bowie, our Frenchie, has been obsessed with, like, forcing himself upon your lap. Like
literally,
not taking no for an answer.
Like, forcing. Like, using his head, like, aggressively.
Like, no, pet me now. Like, you stop, and he's like, get it on!
And he'll, like, scratch at your leg, and I'm like, oh, no, we've created a monster.
Yeah, Rebel spoiled him too much.
I'm sorry, he's been my emotional support pet for so long.
And he's like extra loved now because we have a new roommate now, and our new roommate spends more time with us. You know how like our imaginary roommate that no one believed we had was always like locked in their room. So that means Bowie has a new best friend. So now he's used to always being loved, and I think that's part of why he's extra needy, because
Now he's like acting out and stuff.
Because he's like, no, like I am constantly loved.
I deserve to be always paid attention to.
Yeah, and it's a Frenchie thing. And he's a man, so.
Yeah, so enough said. Enough said.
But yeah, so that's his current obsession.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Mm-hmm.
Check out, if you're listening, check out our YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to that. If you're watching, thanks for watching. If you have anything to say, go ahead and throw us down some comments and stuff.
Yeah.
You can get a Be My Skate Date patch if you want for Valentine's Day on cheerstothequeers.com.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. And we also have holographic skate date patches that will be arriving in the shop very shortly.
Yeah, and there's a few Fat Femme Fatale items that are now on cheerstothequeers.com.
Cheers to the Queers and Fat Femme Patel got married.
Yeah, I shut down my website, and unfortunately all the products I created, I dropship ones, I can't just like throw over there.
So annoying.
So I have to recreate each one for a Rebel store.
Yeah, it's womp. Very womp. All right, thanks so much for hanging out. See you later.
Bye.
Love you.